Hey friends, happy 2024. This is my first vlog of the new year. I got super busy during the holidays with family and such, so I didn't finish up Vlogmas. And I had a crazy thing happen. So on Christmas Day, I woke up, had a couple texts from my parents, and one of the texts was June, my filly, has a extreme limp. She's been limping around the pasture. And I was like, oh my gosh, what the heck? I just saw her the day before and she was completely fine. I'll insert some clips here of what she looked like when I got to her. So I was like, all right, first things first, let's take her into a stall, let's give her some bute, make her comfortable, see what happens. The next day, still a really bad limp, and my immediate thought was it went to the worst. So I was like, oh my gosh, she broke something, she did this, she did that. Called my vet, they said, oh my gosh, get her over here right now. And so I hauled her out to the vet. The vet couldn't really pinpoint what was going on. There was some swelling in some areas, and she thought it was a fracture at the knee. And I had the option of waiting a day or two after giving her pain meds to bring her back and get images, but I was like, no, let's get x-rays right now because I just want to figure out what happened. So they took an x-ray, it was her hind left. They took an x-ray of her knee, her stifle, I can't remember what the actual name of the part is, and they saw bone fragments. So on the x-ray, it showed like little pieces, two pieces, a big chunk and a little chunk, floating pieces. And so my vet said, well, looks like she fractured it. You're gonna have to take her to the Oregon State University Hospital and have her get surgery. She might be completely donezo with anything you wanna do with her. She might be very limited in that area, and she might be on some sort of injection for the rest of her life to make her comfortable. She was like, oh, it's such a shame. She's so young, la la la. And I was just absolutely shocked. Like, how the heck did this happen? So I got her back in the trailer, was just absolutely devastated because I couldn't believe that my 1.5-year-old horse, something would happen like this. And waited the next day to call into the university and see if they could get her in. So I called the next day. They looked at the x-rays and they're like, oh my gosh, you might need to bring her in today. It might be an emergency, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, what the heck? Like, this is gonna be crazy. And so I actually got another opinion from a different hospital. The surgeon called me up and he says, oh, by the notes and the look of it, I think the x-ray was just, you know, however it was taken, that the image was off a little and those floating pieces aren't actually there. That's just an illusion that, you know, maybe she moved slightly while the x-ray was taken. And he was like, I think it's an abscess. So you should just keep her in a dry area, you should wrap it, you should soak it, do all the things, and if she's not better within a week, call me. So, turns out it was an abscess. All that drama to figure out that it's a hip abscess. She has an abscess on her coronary band, which also isn't the greatest place to have an abscess, but whatever, it's an abscess, so I can work through that. I'm actually on my way to go pick her up, and I'm going to take her to the boarding barn that I keep a horse at, just so I can put her in a bigger stall and it's a little easier to keep things dry because our barn doesn't have the best drainage or footing. So yeah, all that went on last week and it was traumatic and dramatic, and I was like, oh my gosh, I am so not into this. So that's why I left out part 3 and 4 of Vlogmas, because I was A, really busy, and then B, I had that going on with my filly, so I wasn't really feeling like I wanted to film anything. So I'm at my parents' place. I just grabbed 3 bales of hay that I'm taking over to the barn. I'm out of breath. That was hard. Those bales are like 120 pounds. I'm gonna take the hay over to the barn and then come back and pick up June. Alright, so I've got the truck and trailer all hooked up, and now I just need to pack all of my abscess supplies, and then I am going to load this little angel into the trailer. What do you think, Stinky? Girl. So loading was not as graceful as it could have been, but still jumped in, which was nice. And needed a tiny bit of encouragement, but don't we all? We're getting into a deep, dark hole. So now we head to the barn. Where are we, Stinky? So I've got June tucked in for the night. Hi, baby. Got plastic bags in there to help with her training. Get her kind of sacked out. But she's got fresh hay, fresh water, and she's got grains. So she's a happy gal. I'm actually gonna do a couple of videos on starting June. She is going to be 2 in April, so I need to get to work on a lot of her groundwork because I've been slacking a little bit with that, but she is pretty good with the basics, which is nice. So we've got a good starting ground. I think I'm gonna end this video with clips from Christmas that I took. It wasn't necessarily Christmas, but just over the holiday, the rest of Vlogmas, but I will insert them here. Dogs, what do you think? Do you love it in here? Oh, yes.
So I'm going to hook this up.
Oh, good ponies. You guys are good. Hungry. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am really excited for this year. I'm excited to take you all on my adventure with starting my filly and all the things I get up to this year. I will see you in the next video.